Oh. Oh, holy sweet mother of a shitpost-filled subreddit and a chocolate Ymir Fritz. What in the name of fuck? Leaping Titan is doing a chapter review. What? So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Attack on Titan Chapter 103 review. Oh boy, I haven't done one of these in a while, and if there's any good point to come back, it would be this one. What kind of intro is that? No, seriously, everything that happens in this chapter is just absolutely fucking apeshit. Like, no pun intended. Also, friendly reminder that the official chapter isn't out yet, and what we have right now is a scanlation. Thank you everyone from our Shingeki no Kyojin who worked on the typeset and got this chapter to us early. You guys are just amazing. You know, for the first chapter of volume 26, this shit got intense really fast. So it starts off where last chapter left off with Zeke, Beak, and Galliard facing off against the Survey Corps, and oh boy do they face off. Now, I'm gonna be talking about a few certain points in this chapter which I think are worth talking about and are worth noticing. First of all, let's talk about Eren. So last chapter, Eren got impaled on this giant fucking hardened tree by the Warhammer Titan, and you would think this would stop him. In fact, he tries to bite the Warhammer Titan, Lady Tiber, and what's interesting here is we get a little callback to Annie, saying that it's just like her crystal and trying to chew through it really wouldn't have much of an effect. What's interesting is some people seem to think that this actually means that he tried to eat Annie and maybe succeeded, though I don't think people should take this for like, oh, Annie is dead or they tried to free Annie or something like that, but you know, it was a nice callback to her crystal and all of that. And yeah, he still tries and fails. Yeah. Just like a jawbreaker, am I right? Anyway, and I'm glad that the characters point this out, is that Eren is just not reserving his strength in any way. Like, he is just going all out. What I'm trying to say is, first of all, he transformed, killed Willy, fought the Warhammer Titan, lost to the Warhammer Titan, transformed again, immediately got impaled, and then just like, nope. Jumps out, transforms again, and even he himself says that he doesn't have much strength left, but being able to create 3 transformations in a row is a pretty impressive feat considering some past events of the manga. For example, the first time he transformed 3 times in less than a day, he ended up losing control the 3rd time. Though he did have a few breaks in between, so I don't know if this should count. And of course the other time was in the Uprising arc when he was training for the hardening abilities, and on the 2nd time he lost consciousness completely and made a 13-meter Titan, and on the 3rd time he wasn't even 10 meters tall, so it's safe to say that he has gotten a better grasp of his Titan powers, though we just have to see how much of an extent besides this. Anyway, he transforms again and speaks of a trump card. People are saying this is like some sort of signal or whatever, that our Armin is there, and Hanji is there, the female Titan is there, but yeah, I'm just gonna say it's his ability to make multiple transformations. Don't take my word for it, though this is just my expectation on it. Oh, speaking of Armin. This is something I've been waiting to see for a long time. I'm sure a lot of people have. I'm salty we didn't actually get to see his Titan, but seeing him transform and do the nuke was pretty interesting. Now, the lights from last chapter that Connie and Sasha were putting up on the rooftops, some people assumed that was actually like a signal for Armin to know where to drop and, you know, destroy everything basically. But I'm glad he didn't do that, because when you think about it, he would put his own comrades in danger, so at the end of the day, that probably wouldn't be such a good idea. We're just gonna have to see what the lights are for. So no, he basically transforms right where the Navy ships come from, and what happens next is pretty obvious. Like I said, we didn't see his Titan form this chapter, but considering what's going on right now, I'm pretty sure he'll be coming along in the next one. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Another point is that Falco is alive. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw this coming. I mean, it wouldn't really make sense plot and character-wise to just kill Falco right there. I mean, Reiner maybe, even though you could make a few points about that, but Falco, I'm pretty sure that everyone thought that he would survive. And he did. Reiner basically transformed and hardened and shielded him from the blast from Eren's transformation. And there is Reiner right there. It seems like he's missing his entire lower body, similar to what happened in the Mideast Allied Forces War like 10 chapters ago. And an interesting thing that Falco says is something we already know, that shifters can regenerate from this kind of damage, But what Falco says is that in Reiner's case, or at least what he's talking about, is that the body can regenerate itself on its own if the user, like or the Titan Shifter, still has the will to live. And Reiner is, you know, it's not exactly like he just wants to come back and fight against everyone again and all of that. I mean, Falco even remembers that himself, so yeah. He does try to speak to Reiner, though unfortunately he is ultimately forced to move away due to the destruction that ensues around him. Okay, so let's just talk about the Titan fight really quick. Pieck and Galliard and Zeke versus the Survey Corps. So the task of Pieck and Galliard is to protect Zeke from Levi, and this is where personally the most important part of the chapter for me comes in. A Zeke union with Paradis Island just seems ridiculously likely at this point, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Look at it like this. In the middle of the fight, Zeke is just like, Eren Yeager is not my enemy, but Levi, time is running short, so will you come out? Or something along those lines. But Levi is just conveniently looking at a pocket watch while Zeke is saying the time is running out. Jean says that it's almost time after Armin transforms, and what happens next is just, yeah. Pieck and Galliard are both distracted to fight the others, and basically Pieck looks to the side and whoops, Zeke is down. Now, no dialogue, no monologue, no panels of Zeke's face as he is being shredded apart by Levi, unlike last time, so, yeah, this is some suspicious stuff over here. So Levi cuts him down. It doesn't look like he even cuts through, like, the weak spot. Instead, he just, like, cuts him vertically, or at least makes it look like he is taking him down. And, like, he's not even screaming, he just falls to the ground. And Levi takes one of those bombs they threw in the windows last chapter and blows up the place where, you know, blows up Zeke's nape. What's interesting is that Zeke is not screaming as the explosion is happening, and you can see one panel of Levi attempting to leave or cut further in or something, I'm not entirely sure, just before the actual explosion happens after he drops the bomb. Now, this is a little bit far-fetched, but what I think is that this was in fact the plan for Levi to get the Beast Titan out of there and get Zeke, like, somewhere away from the others and make it look like they're fighting, because Zeke did kill a bunch of people and during the same chapter anyway. But I think that there is some sort of grand scheme here that Zeke is a part of. And I mean, like, obviously connected to Eren and his royal blood, his relationship to Eren and all of that. So this is something we're gonna have to see. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, since it does look like this is the plan, but at the same time, like, if there's anyone from the Survey Corps who knows about this outside of Eren and Levi, obviously, then probably, like, their plan was just to let a whole bunch of people die so this plan could work and make it look like they're actually fighting, which they were. But ultimately the plan was not even for Zeke to attempt to stop Levi from attacking him, and instead let himself be captured. Also, the bomb was probably so that Magath, Falco, and Gabby, you know, the people who saw Zeke fall and all of that, it would look like Levi tried to kill him by dropping a bomb in the nape and, you know, exploding him to death and all of that. But I think he did legitimately cut him out and move away with the 3D maneuvering gear. And the last point is Pieck. And Pieck got absolutely destroyed. Like, holy shit, this type of gore, like, we haven't seen this in, I guess we have. I mean, it's Attack on Titan. Like, Sasha just MLG 360 no-scopes one of the Panzer unit members. The other three just get completely blown apart by the Thunder Spears. And so does Pieck. And of course, this is not gonna be Attack on Titan if it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. Jean swoops in trying to deal the finishing blow to the Card Titan to, you know, Pieck's nape. And Falco steps in and is like, stop this. So, I'm getting Chapter 58 flashbacks. I hope you did the right thing, Jean. I hope. Honestly though, this chapter, easy 9 out of 10 just because of the cliffhanger. I'm sorry, I really, really hate cliffhangers. Like, this is probably the worst one since chapter 98. But apart from the cliffhanger and the fact that we didn't see Armin, I don't care. Don't get any wrong ideas. This was an absolutely amazing chapter. And, yeah. This is turning out to be really interesting. Like, I know I had complaints about the Marley arc before, and I haven't really made a proper SNK video since the Marley arc took off in chapter 97. So yeah, amazing chapter. I look forward to chapter 104, and let me know what you guys thought about it. Any theories, any thoughts, any predictions for chapter 104, and all that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.